City volunteers deliver daily supplies to impoverished families in Indonesia. Two visually impaired students overcome obstacles to get into reputable universities. Welcome to the Headlines. I'm Tzu Chi. Thank you for joining us. In Indonesia, due to the epidemic, impoverished residents are facing a more difficult time. City volunteers work together with the military and police to deliver daily supplies to these residents. They hope to help the disadvantaged residents get through the tough times.
Ibu juga kepengen ketemu saudara-saudara ibu, nggak bisa ketemu. Saudara ibu sama sakit-sakit, Don.
Nggak mau kita harus usaha, ya kan? Kalau kita gagal usaha kan, kita mau makan apa sehari-hari, kan?
The disadvantaged residents have accepted the fact that their incomes have lessened. As long as they can earn money, they feel blessed.
Ya turun gratis nih. Biasanya.
I used to earn $35 a day, but I'm making less than $7 now. Sometimes I can only earn $5 a day. What can I do?
As the residents struggle to get by, the volunteers have brought daily supplies to give them hope.
Dalam hal ini, kita tidak.
We help people regardless of religious differences and ethnicities. I'm grateful that since the epidemic broke out, volunteers continue to help out, so our activities can be conducted smoothly.
Support kita untuk berbagi dalam pembagian sembako ini.
Volunteers and Indonesian military and police deliver rice, sugar, instant noodles, and cooking oil to lessen the residents' financial burdens.
I'm grateful to have received the help. We do not need to buy rice for the time being. Usually a liter of rice costs $1. The supplies we receive today can sustain our family for 5 days.
Enjoying the rice, the residents can finally feel peace of mind for the time being. In the Philippines, Eastern Samar was struck by Typhoon Bangfang during the epidemic. After assessing the damages, city volunteers provided rice and daily supplies for more than 1,400 families. In addition, they provided emergency financial assistance for affected residents to buy building materials.
Ini natural natural calamity manggod iniya, so baga dita maiwasan naton lais mabaro kita pag kiriman ini permanente.
Typhoon Bangfang has swept across eastern Samar in the Philippines, leaving a trail of destruction.
Currently, we do not dare to walk on the streets because we are afraid the strong wind might blow the rubble. Fortunately, the mudslides take place in daytime. If it happened in the nighttime, we would have lost our lives.
Marietta led a volunteer to see her makeshift home made with discarded wood and broken canvas. There are many places like this, and government officials feel for them.
I truly appreciate Tzu Chi Foundation for providing additional help. When we ask them if they can help out, the volunteers immediately say yes.
The supplies include 25 kilograms of rice and other daily necessities in a bucket. The aid recipients stand in line, keeping social distance. Among the affected residents, Merlinda has known Tzu Chi since Typhoon Haguput struck in 2014.
Damang salamat kay.
Thank you. You have come to help in aftermath of Typhoon Haiyan till Typhoon Bangfang. Now we have rice and we can buy building materials.
City volunteer Randy, who stands at the front line, was one of the residents affected by Typhoon Haiyan 7 years ago.
Kailangan mabilisan naton recovery.
I've always believed that one won't be alone as he does good deeds. Everyone hopes to be able to help their fellow countrymen restore their lives to normal.
Dating pamumuhay.
Volunteers provided daily supplies and care to 1,426 families in 5 villages, giving them hope and strength. Tzu Chi Indonesia chapter has worked together with the government, military, and police to deliver daily supplies to residents in need. In West Java, they gave out 2,500 daily supplies and 5,000 fabric masks, helping the residents get through the difficult times. The military and police motorcade takes off as if they're in a parade. In fact, they're shouldering heavy responsibilities.
West Java government, Tzu Chi, the military and police have joined hands to hold the distributions to help the residents in need. We hope that the residents affected by the epidemic can receive help.
In West Java, Tzu Chi has prepared 5,000 fabric masks and 2,000 daily supplies. The supplies include 10 kilograms of rice, 1 liter of cooking oil, and instant noodles.
We work with the military and police. We contribute money and efforts, hoping the residents will not only receive the supplies, but also feel our care.
Anting used to sell food on the streets, but since the epidemic broke out, she could not go out. Her children's work has also been suspended, so the family has lost its source of income. Therefore, this help is much needed.
I hope the epidemic will end soon, so I can go to run business and earn living expense. I'm very grateful to have received Tzu Chi's help today.
In addition, Bentan volunteers have donated an extra 500 sets of supplies through the city government to help the residents get through the tough times. In Sanchong, 89-year-old solitary senior Mr. Zhuang lives in an old apartment. When he saw useful items, he would collect them, causing the living environment to be messy and smelly. Also because he suffers from sarcopenia, his movements have become difficult. Learning of his plight, the volunteers decided to clean up his living environment.
Looking up, only the balcony of this household is covered with various items. This is the home of the solitary senior Zhuang Hanyuan who lives.
He picked up the items that people discarded. Then he piled them up at home so there's only a little space left to walk.
89 years old senior Zhuang suffers from sarcopenia. His neighbor visits him regularly.
I live next to him. Mr. Zhuang is our neighbor. In the past, the tailor who works here was helping him.
He's like my father. I bought him some nutritional supplements. A city volunteer who lives upstairs visited his home and found out that his environment was messy. Later, city volunteers came to clean up. There's a bathtub covered with a wooden board. As soon as we pick up the board, the bathtub was full of cockroaches. I got goosebumps over my body, but I still wanted to complete a cleanup. Really, this is nothing but just giving a little time.
After sweeping away the dust, the volunteers were sweating, and no one said they were tired. Instead, they immediately to provide seniors with free haircuts. The gratitude the seniors put in his heart is more sincere than words. The lonely years of the senior have passed. At this time, there is a love to make him smile again.
A group of Tzu Chi volunteers in Tainan launched a vegetarian lunchbox program in May. The promotion was very successful, and the number of orders continued to grow. The event was very successful in helping to change people's diet.
This kitchen is very busy with volunteers as they have to prepare hundreds of lunch boxes to be sent to a number of businesses and government agencies.
It's almost all simple, original tasting food. I like it very much as this promotion of vegetarian food is not about the individual, but the larger cause of protecting the environment. Because of this, I'll happily be a vegetarian in the future.
The teacher taught us that vegetarian food is not just green vegetables and it uses many different fresh ingredients. When putting them together can increase the taste of the cuisine. This changes some of the stereotypes that I had about vegetarianism.
I really want to learn from Tzu Chi's sisters about how to make vegetables more tasty and more diverse. After I've become a vegetarian, I've become much healthier.
300, 350, 380, each additional order quantity relies on the efforts of these volunteers, as encouraging people to switch from meat to a vegetarian diet is not easy.
The number of vegetarians in the company is not many, only about 100. But every time, this number increases, and this is actually quite surprising for me.
The leader of this business enterprise also inspires staff to do good deeds and also pursue a vegetarian diet.
We will also donate the income from the vegetable lunch boxes made by volunteers. Everyone agrees with this action.
Following up our initial vegetarian lunch promotion, more companies and businesses and government agencies wanted to join. Now we have about 37 participating, and we made more than 2,500 lunch boxes.
A total of 384 volunteers worked over the course of a month to make these vegetarian lunch boxes, reverse the eating habits of countless people, harnessing the power of delicious veggie food for the good of the planet.
The result of college proficiency exams for physically challenged students has been released for the 2020 academic year. A student from Taipei School for the Visually Impaired, Gao Shenzhe, has been accepted by National Taiwan University, being the first student to do so in his school. Meanwhile, music student Huang Ziyu has been accepted by National Taiwan University of Arts. She once thought of giving up on her dream of college because her father passed away and her mother has cancer. Fortunately, her mother's insistence inspired her. Taipei School for the Visually Impaired music student Huang Ziyu has to get close to the sheet music to be able to see the music notes. Despite her poor vision, she still participates in musical performances with great optimism. She has even taken pictures with her parents at many school events. However, in January 2019, misfortune fell upon her family.
At noontime, I would secretly go to the recording studio to cry. I felt really low back then. After my father passed away in January, my mother was diagnosed of esophageal cancer in March.
Huang has even thought of giving up her chance to go to college. However, her mother's perseverance made her change her mind.
My mother said that she needs to recover soon since she has to care for 3 daughters. When I saw my mother like this, I felt that I should support my family and take the place of my father.
Displaying her talents in vocal performance, Huang has been accepted by the music department of National Taiwan University of Arts.
复杂字就是只能靠4轴去判断，然后中间是会比较不清楚。
Gao Shenzhe used to study in regular high school. Then he was diagnosed of Leber's hereditary optic nephropathy and transferred to Taipei School for the Visually Impaired.
我会那么想用力读书，也是为了想证明自己。
I studied very diligently, hoping to prove myself. Many of my classmates' conditions are worse than mine, but they still persist with their dreams and pursue a career in music. I really look up to them, and I want to be as good as they are.
Gao gets tired more easily than other people, and he can read for 30 minutes at most. Despite that, he's persevered and was accepted by National Taiwan University, being the first student to do so in his high school.
个性比较冲，
I'm quite hot-tempered, which might not be suitable for a social worker major, so the seniors in my family hope that I can control my temper through this opportunity.
修炼一下自己的性情啦。
Gao is now bravely pursuing his dream. He's ready to face future challenges in college and has a lot of expectations for his career. In Ya'an, Sichuan, most residents live on farming. The income is not much, and life is more difficult in the dry season. City volunteers visited some scholarship recipients to learn about their living conditions.
The green fields are the main source of income for the families in Sichuan Ya'an. The scholarship recipient Li Xiaoyue also grew up in such a family.
Just pile up one by one, and two of them sell for $1 renminbi.
More than half of the gardenias have dried up. The main source of income for the family has been greatly reduced. Furthermore, Li Xiaoyue's father passed away, and she once wanted to drop out of school.
Now I don't think about how much income I earned. I just want her to study.
Volunteer timely care and instruction assure her mind, and she is willing to continue studying. Another scholarship recipient, Zhao Dan, also lost her father. Her mother remarried, and she was raised by her grandparents.
Grandpa's back was bent and his waist was injured. Grandma has skin cancer and can't do household work. Grandpa is doing his farm work and taking care of Grandma when his waist is not good, so Zhao Dan's pressure is very heavy. When I first experienced these things, I felt sad, and I think it's not fair to me. Looking back now, I think I learned more than my peers, and through my own efforts, I can give them some help.
Studying hard has become her hope to reverse her destiny.
From her example, I learned that children from disadvantaged families are more mature. Zhao Dan has made plans for her future early and thought about what a valuable life she will have in the future.
Children from underprivileged families have strengthened their beliefs. No matter how difficult life is, they will have a bright future.
In Guangdong, China, the scholarship recipients will have an annual gathering with the local volunteers. Due to the pandemic, the gathering this year has changed into an online meeting session, with volunteers wishing the graduating students a promising future.
During the pandemic, to avoid mass gatherings, over 100 Tzu Chi scholarship recipients met with the volunteers online. A few short videos have started the discussion among them.
Yang Cui-wen from the 5th group says that Mother Earth needs our love and care. Protecting the Earth is our responsibility.
Ahead of the upcoming graduation, the students also shared their best memories throughout the years.
From 9th grade to my college senior year, I've known Tzu Chi for 7 years. In the past 7 years, Tzu Chi not only assisted me financially, but also provided love and mental support.
The warmth provided by the Tzu Chi family has never made me feel lonely throughout my college years. I'll always have someone to rely on.
We hope that everyone will cherish life and seize every opportunity, and to become the pillars of the future. We'll all be very proud of you.
Because of the pandemic, this online meeting has become even more precious than ever. The bonds between the volunteers and the students has also become even closer.
At the Jingsi Books and Cafe in Taoyuan, there's a young volunteer named Hou Peiyu who has been serving there at the age of 4. Actually, when she was just 6 months old, her family wanted her to eat meat, but she soon vomited. She has been a vegetarian ever since.
施工上人说，做人不要比较，也不要计较，心中就没烦恼。
8-year-old Peiyu drew pictures to accompany Jingsa aphorisms to make them easier to remember.
阿姨，你想要什么？我想要买筷子。
She is also a Jingsa Books and Cafe young volunteer.
因为她刚来的时候才4岁多。
Because she was 4 years old when she first came here, I just asked her to wipe down some tables and other duties. Later, she did more daily duties at the bookstore, and she's also good at reading books.
之外呢，她自己还很会看书。看阿嬷，你看我的手。好，赶快洗。
When it comes to her relationship with the Dharma, as early as 6 months of age, her family tried to feed her some meat. And after taking just one bite, she vomited. This led her to believe that this was her destiny from birth.
From a young age all the way growing up, if I eat meat, I'll have diarrhea and vomit.
Once our family had a dinner, and the aunt used some fish and meat in a dish, which she gave her. After eating, she didn't say anything, but when she went home, she told me her stomach is uncomfortable and that it hurts. I said, go to the toilet, and she started to have a diarrhea. She has a normal life, but it's different from others because she doesn't get colds. And she is full of energy. When she is doing in the park, she's very active.
It's not only Peiyu, but the good friends she met at the bookstore also believe in the benefits of being a vegetarian, which are not just for cultivating compassion, but other issues as well.
Eating meat hurts animals and produces carbon dioxide.
Being vegetarian is healthy, and eating meat is bad for your health.
The two share the same goals, and they want to promote vegetarianism.
Honey and cinnamon are often used in food as well as traditional medicines. On the internet, some people have said that honey and cinnamon can also help you lose weight as well as cure diseases. Follow our report to see if this is true.
There is a rumor on the internet that honey and cinnamon, when mixed with warm water and consumed, can cure colds and relieve gastrointestinal pain, and if applied to the skin, can help rashes and even relieve arthritis pain. In short, some people say it is a cure-all.
I don't really think that it's a cure at all. This is a bit exaggerated. All medicines do have to be applied based upon proper dosages, and everyone's physique and body needs to be considered as to prescribe the right medicine.
While it may not cure all diseases or have much efficacy, there's some truth that it can help overall health because of their high nutritional value.
Honey is rich in fructose, and there are some vitamins and minerals involved.
Cinnamon itself promotes gastrointestinal motility and intestinal mucosa secretion. In some people, it can lower blood pressure and cholesterol, promote blood circulation, lower incidence of cardiovascular disease.
Since it is rich in nutrients, there's another saying on the internet that a cup of cinnamon honey water on an empty stomach in the morning can reduce body fat and achieve weight loss.
If honey and cinnamon are added together, there is no way to lose weight because honey itself is rich in fructose and has a lot of calories. This won't help you weight, as actually drinking cinnamon and honey alone can help you regain or increase body fat.
If you want to treat a disease or illness, you should consult a doctor and take the right medicine. Don't delay in getting treatment. And if you want to lose weight, you should exercise and eat a balanced diet, which is more effective to get healthy.
Colombo in Sri Lanka has implemented movement restriction order and curfew. Despite that, city volunteers held a blood donation event to ensure there's enough blood for medical use. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.